My three Bible friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And the story goes like this. God's special family, the Israelites, were sent to live in a place called Babylon. It wasn't a real home, and they were ruled by a king who didn't follow God. His name was King Nebuchadnezzar, and he decided to choose the smartest, strongest, most handsome Jewish men to leave their home and come work for him in his palace. Three of the guys, they were called Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Actually, they had different names before that, but the king forced them to change their names. They went a 3 years training program when they learned the unofficial language and fancy laws of the kingdom. Can you imagine if you had to move to a strange new place and be forced to change your name? That would be pretty hard, but Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego kept following God no matter what. They just know how to obey God and serve the king. One day, King Nebuchadnezzar decided to build a giant gold statue of himself. It was 90 feet tall. That's like 3 school buses stepped on top of each other. And everyone had hit the trumpet and bowed down and worshipped the statue. Anybody who didn't worship it would be thrown into a fiery furnace. Back then, that's like a room full of fire. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego know that their God is the only you God, and they should never worship anyone but Him. So when everyone else was bowing to the statue, they did it. Nebuchadnezzar was so furious when he heard about this, but he decided to give them a second chance. They were having Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego brought before him that they could change their minds, but instead they told the king, "We did not offend ourselves before you, because if we are thrown into the fire, our God we serve is able to save us from it, and He will deliver us from your hands. But if He doesn't, we will not serve your gods or worship the gold statue you have set up." Nebuchadnezzar was so mad, and he ordered to 7 times water than usual, and commanded his men to throw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego into the blazing fire. So if they did, the fire was too hot, like some of the old men were killed just by getting too close to the fire. Oh, pretty soon the king looked into the mess. There weren't just him man in the furnace. There was someone else in there with them. We don't know who fourth person was. That meant it was Jesus. And when they told them to get out in the mess, they didn't burn at all. They didn't smell like smoke. The king was amazed. He said, "Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angels and rescued his servants." The king never seen a God who should rescue these people like that. That day, the king encouraged people to worship God. No matter what, God was protecting them from the fire. And that's the part of the God story.